Hello, you guys. Hello, hello. All right, lean in if you are ready to just absolutely take your life to that next level. Okay. That next level is what it's called a quantum leap. You're going, ooh, quantum leap. That sounds really complicated. In fact, it's the exact opposite of complicated. Okay. And I was reading this morning this beautiful book. It's by Price Pritchett called Awesome. It's like one of those small but mighty, like look at how little it is books. It's so good. And it says here, quantum leap is a term taken from the vocabulary of new physics, quantum physics. The science behind such technological breakthroughs as lasers, televisions, computers, space communication, and nuclear energy. Now, quantum physics is described as the most powerful science ever conceived by human beings. It requires a major rethinking of such concepts of time, space, and how human consciousness operates. Quantum physics also has staggering implications regarding you, your potential, and the power of your mind. To put it simply, as human beings, we're going to have to reframe our ideas about the universe and how we fit into it. Fred Alan Wolf has an award-winning book entitled Taking Quantum Leaps, and he describes the term as the explosive jump that a particle of matter undergoes in moving from one place to another. In a figurative sense, taking the quantum leap means taking a risk, going off into uncharted territory with no guide to follow. Now, physicists, they study quantum mechanics, and they note that the particles that make these jumps do it without any apparent effort and without covering all the bases between the starting point and the finish point. So, what's going on here? How does this happen? And is it possible for you as an individual to do something very similar in your personal performance? I'm here to tell you, yes, 100%. It is absolutely possible. What has to happen first is you have to believe that it can happen. You have to believe that and create that self-image of the person who is happening for. Okay. When you know where you're going, and you've done this before, you've had a quantum leap, you just didn't call it a quantum leap, right? You've had results in your life. I remember for myself, when I first got into network marketing, and I was like, oh, I'm not a network marketer. That's not what I do. Who wants to sell stuff, right? And within a few years, I was in the top 2% of the company. That's a quantum leap, right? I had 10x my income. I had more than 10x my income. I had like 50x my income. That's a quantum leap. It makes no sense, right? But when you can skip several rungs on that ladder, doesn't make any sense. But how often do we get so caught up in the process and think we have to know everything before we do anything? And we don't get to where we want to go. It's crazy, right? So then I was reading, and it talks about how these become easier when you rely on unseen forces. So it says, improving your performance by an order of magnitude, U squared can sound unrealistic if you think of it as something you have to do all by yourself. But you don't. Forget the idea that you should be able to see tangibly and in full view all the resources necessary to leverage your performance so dramatically. There are resources you can access that cannot be seen, and they are far greater and far more powerful than the resources that you might readily observe. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Think of an iceberg. When you see only the tip of what's really there, just as real though, out of sight, are invisible resources ready to make a profound difference in what you can achieve. All you have to do is open up and let them in. I talk about all the time Guys, you live in a very orderly universe. You live in a very orderly universe, and you were born with everything you need in order to get it done. You were born with a human mind. You were born a spirit into a meat stick to have a human experience. But you were built with the ability to turn thoughts into things. You take the no thing, your thought, and turn it into something. The computer you're watching me on, the phone you're watching me on, the book I just read, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the things. They were once a thought in someone's mind. And then they took action, and now they're here and we use them all the time. Everything comes from the no thing. You have thoughts all the time, but you aren't taking action to get them. When you take action on purpose, this is when the quantum leap begins. But you get to rely. We spend so much time as humans just like following our what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. This is what we do. What we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. Those things are there to keep us safe. So I can smell a fire or I can see the bus coming and I don't walk in front of it. They are there to help us survive in the present. But I can tell you, just like I know that gravity exists, that your thoughts today are tomorrow's results. You want to know what you think about? Look at your results. Look at your results. You don't like your results? Go back to the source, your thinking. And it has nothing to do with anybody else. I don't want to hear, oh, but the government, or oh, my manager, oh, Corona Sharona, or my kids, or my husband, or my wife, or it doesn't matter. Your life is a reflection of you. You. You get to make quantum leaps regardless of all those things. I made a quantum leap in 2020 during the year of the pandemic. Oh. There's lots of people that did. There were millionaires made during the Great Depression. It was 100 years ago. We don't talk about them. There was lots of millionaires made. There's lots of millionaires made in the last 2 years. You get to decide what this looks like. You get to see, you get to have your quantum leap. But you got to stop living and looking from the outside in. Only going by what you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. That's not going to get you where you want to go. That's just going to keep you alive in the present. If you want to make that quantum leap, if you want to skip several rungs on that ladder, you have to start relying on these unseen forces. And you don't need to know everything about them. Like gravity, like I don't know everything about it. There's like force and a bunch of stuff, right? But I believe it. I believe it's working for me. I mostly believe it because my ass is sitting in this chair right now. It's not going anywhere. Right? I can see it. I can feel it. But when it comes to you setting a goal and then taking action to go for it, that's where he's saying absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Just because you can't see the universe conspiring to make it all come together for you, it doesn't mean that it's not. Because it is. Thoughts are things. Everything you use in your home was once just a thought. Some of my most favorite like kitchen gadgets. Someone was just like, I struggle with, picking up cooked spaghetti. So they like made one of those little cup thingies, and it's like the most brilliant tool ever, right? Good job. Thoughts are things. It says here, quantum leaps are merely the process of using yourself and your world differently, allowing other possibilities that exist to actually materialize. Your willingness to make a quantum leap is the enabler. You have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to get out of your own way. You have to be willing to unkink your hose. Right? Like think of a kinked hose that the water's on, but no water's coming out. But you unkink it and the water flows. You have this amazing energy. They can actually take pictures of it flowing to and through you. We know it exists. We know this. Okay? I'm not making it up. Just like gravity exists. We know that we are energy. We're just vibrating. Okay? So it's like you have this energy flowing to and through you, but you're in your own way. You're kinking the energy hose. You're not letting anything flow through and to you. It says you do not achieve your dreams, your full potential, through your own singular struggle. As mentioned earlier, neither raw effort nor sheer willpower is the answer. Trying as hard as you can will fall far short of taking you as far as you are capable of going. You must take advantage of the support systems you can't see. I know. You're like, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. I actually used to say that to people. I'll believe it when I see it. Seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. Believe that it's possible, and you'll see the answer. You'll see exactly how to take your quantum leap. In a sense, making the quantum leap, it's like playing bridge. You don't bid your hand alone. Your bidding is also based on the power of your partner's cards. You don't really get to see those cards until it's time to play them, but you trust that they will bring valuable strength to your own hand. The unseen forces are phantom powers that cannot be fully explained. Maybe they strike you as rather mystical, a phenomena, but the truth is that you will make amazing contributions to your efforts. These unseen forces seem to operate through your subconscious mind, mental imagery, intuition, and luck. There's no such thing as luck. You might be hit with a flash of inspiration during a moment of solitude. A creative solution to a problem may come to you in a dream. A breakthrough idea can flash through your mind while you're visualizing your goal. Somehow, the resources you need just seem to appear by coincidence. Paint a vivid picture in your mind of those forces to know precisely what you want. In one way or another, the unseen forces will dazzle you with their impact. You can count on it. Quantum leaps come easy when you plug into the remarkable power source. You don't have to understand it totally in order to use it, just as you don't have to comprehend the intricate physics of energy to flip a light switch on or a lamp and flood the room with light. When you focus constantly on a clear picture of what you want to accomplish and move toward it confidently, the unseen forces rally to your support. These unknowns, these invisible resources, are the most powerful factors available to assist you in making your quantum leap in order to square your results. And it can be easy. These unseen forces are always working for you. That the universe has your back every single time. So, do you know what you want? If you know what you want, that's step number 1. Now you need to get into an environment that is conducive to the unfoldment of that goal. You need to start hanging out with people that are achieving that. My mastermind group, these are six-figure a month earners. And that's on purpose. That's who I hang out with. I get mentored by the best people. That's who I hang out with. And I will always have a coach because I've seen the quantum leaps that have happened since I've been intentional about my awareness and my growth. Someone creating that space for me, someone holding me accountable. These are key pieces so that I stop kinking my own hose. I did it for years. I thrived on working harder. You would have asked anybody, what do you admire most about Delynn? Oh, she's such a hard worker. She's a great multitasker. No more. No more. Are you ready for your quantum leap? Are you ready to take this seriously? Are you ready to stop unkinking and unkink your hose? Because that's what you're made for. I'm not going to show you anything that you didn't already have. I'm here to help you uncover it. You need to uncover it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Really lean into this message. Think about what your quantum leap looks like. Have an awesome day, you guys. See you.